Hi, my name is Georgia Lennon and I am one of the family law solicitors here at Southern Waters Legal. This week I'm continuing on with our alphabet series, commencing with the letter D. So we'll be talking about divorce and disclosure today. So divorce is one of the most spoken about things in a family law matter, as I'm sure most of you are aware. However, divorce is also one of the most simple parts of a family law matter and obviously only relates to married couples. So the way that you become divorced is by filing an application with the court, and the application has to prove the following things. One, that you were validly married. So that is generally proven by the fact that you annex to your application a copy of the marriage certificate. Two, that the court has jurisdiction to deal with the matter. That normally comes from showing that one or either of you are citizens of Australia, reside in Australia, and then the third factor is that there has been an irretrievable breakdown of your marriage and no likelihood of there being a resumption of your cohabitation or relationship. This factor is normally proven by the fact of you having been separated for in excess of 12 months, and in fact you cannot file your divorce application until you have been separated for 12 months. In some circumstances, parties remain separated under the one roof during this period of time, and you can either wait until you've been separated and live separately and apart for a further 12 months, or you can adduce further evidence to the court to prove that you have in fact been separated under the one roof. The third thing that you have to prove if you file what's called a sole application is that you have served the other party with the documents. And the fifth thing, if you have children under the age of 18, is that you have to prove that there are proper arrangements for the children of the marriage. So that may simply be proving that you have a parenting plan or orders in place, and providing to the court information with respect to their care and well-being, such that they're attending school, they're developing well, and any proposed amendments to that particular arrangement. So divorce orders, once granted, come into effect 1 month and 1 day afterwards. So if you are fortunately, happily in another relationship and would like to get married, you'll have to wait that extra time frame. D also stands for disclosure. So disclosure happens in every single family law matter and is a compulsory obligation on all parties. So there is a duty to disclose all relevant matters in family law. So what that might mean is for a parenting matter, you have to disclose all relevant information, which could include the children's school reports, who the children are attending upon for our psychologists and things like that. However, we usually speak about disclosure more so when it relates to the full and frank financial disclosure circumstances. And that is where each party has to provide a set of documents to the other party, and it is a continuing obligation as the matter proceeds. So some of these documents may include, for instance, your taxation returns, your most recent bank statements, your pay slips, superannuation statements, and so forth. People often find this quite a confronting part of the process, and rightly so. It is quite personal information that a lot of people, such as your solicitors, the other solicitors, and the other party gets to see. However, it is important that you engage in this disclosure process because there are serious ramifications if you don't. For instance, if you are in court proceedings, you can be held in contempt of court, there can be cost orders made against you, fines issued, and perhaps one of the most serious things to consider is that the court can actually reopen the proceedings at some stage, even after you've agreed to them. They can reopen it if, for instance, we later find out that you had, for example, $200,000 sitting in a separate bank account that you hadn't disclosed at that time. So there's lots of different reasons why disclosure is incredibly important, and those are some of them. So next week, we'll be talking about words commencing with the letter E. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening.